Hello and welcome to the 177th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined by our other host, Jordan.
That's me, baby.
That's him. Jordan, remind the people.
So, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and the RSS feed, all linked below. And as always, YouTube and Spotify have the video versions of this where you can watch our beautiful muds while we speak about dumb shit. And you can contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send your comments, questions, concerns, and most importantly, death threats, and also some little kitty stuff if you got it.
Little kitty, big city photo mode.
Yeah, and Instagram, TikTok, reach out to us there. See our stuff that we haven't posted in forever, but it's there. A couple things there.
Yeah. By the time you're seeing this, speaking of which, Little Kitty Big City video, by the time you're seeing this, will either be up very soon or is already up.
Nice.
It's long, but it's the whole game.
Yeah. It's
So-
one big playthrough, basically.
It's one big playthrough. It's just segment out like 90 minutes. It's worth watching.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it because we haven't done the podcast since, but we met again to play the game, and in 20 minutes we beat it.
Yeah, we were like, we're going to do another hour. It's going to be fun because it was going to be like a part 2. So we intro it as a part 2, and we're like, it's like 17 minutes. We're like, oh, we're done with the game.
Yeah, so Chris had to go back and kind of sandwich it all together.
I just got to do the sandwiching. Like, the first recording session's done because, like, that was like 3 fucking hours.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, good news that last one's short, but
Yeah,
look out for that. And Chris, sounds like you've been an editor, but what else you been up to?
Man, I've been actually kind of working on stuff. I've got some stuff in the works. Firstly, I sent my trusty Lenovo ThinkPad. Oh God, I'm getting sick thinking about it.
Oh no.
I sent my trusty Lenovo ThinkPad T440p out to pasture, as in it's sitting in my room currently. It's not broken. It works, and I have no issues with it. Other than it's just old. It's just old, and we need some more updated I/O and stuff to run the podcast. So I bought this thing. This is a Dell Precision T, not T. T is the tower version. This is a Dell Precision 7740. 9th gen i7. I wanted to get the i9, but I was like,
It's a power hungry one though.
instead of spending, like, this was like $350. I could have spent $600 and gotten the one with the i9. But I'm like, I'm not going to fucking do that. So I bought this. It's 17. It's got a i7 9th gen, 17-inch screen, 32 gigs of RAM. I could upgrade it to 64. Don't need to. It's got a dedicated workstation GPU, like AMD GPU. It's just got a little flaw. Like, I got to get a new battery plate because it's broken here. There's like a missing clip. But I could just get a new one, or just like Velcro that up or something.
Yeah.
That's
Super
what it is.
glue.
Overall, fine laptop. I wanted to see if it could run literally anything. Because it has a workstation GPU, but not like a crazy good one. So I installed Cyberpunk because I'm like, I'll just shoot for the moon here. And if I turn down the resolution to 720p and all lowest settings, and I turn down the resolution scale a little bit, and I use some like the AMD weird tricks.
FSR.
Yeah, whatever the hell it's called. It will run at like a very choppy 28 FPS.
I mean, hey, that's not that bad.
Which is pretty serviceable for a game like that.
Yeah. That is pretty cool.
So it plays a game. I could probably play Minecraft on it pretty easy.
Yeah, Little Kitty would probably arguably run better on there than that fucking desktop.
I don't know what the hell happened in our second recording of Little Kitty, but it started shitting the bed.
Yeah, I don't know. It like literally shit itself.
But overall, fine laptop. You can get these for like $300 to $400. You can get some lower spec versions for cheaper, higher spec ones for obviously more money.
Yeah.
This is a couple generations old. You can get a new one for like, you get a brand new one for like $6,000 if you wanted to.
Oh, that's not bad.
But, you know, I did this based off like, I got the newest version of this for a work laptop. And I was like, holy shit, this is a crazy laptop. So I'm like, what if I can get a couple generations older and get something just as nice? So this is pretty cool.
Workstation laptops do hold up pretty good. I find that they hold up better than regular spec laptops.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what it is they do different, like what sort of sorcery, if it's software side or if it's like just overall like battery quality. But like Letsy's laptop that's only about 2 years old, like, and gets used maybe once a month, maybe every couple weeks. The battery life's already shitting out. Like my work laptop that is literally used for 40 hours minimum a week is like, let's fucking go. I got that battery in me, baby. Yeah, like, I don't get it.
Like business laptops are made like kind of specifically for that, like to be business, and there's businesses are just spending more money on these things.
Yeah,
like reasonably, a business can reasonably spend like a top spec version of this laptop, like a brand new one, is like $7,000. A business can spend that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Or like for like a consumer laptop, the not the consumer one, but like the lower end business non-workstation version, the Precision, not the Precision, the Inspiron, I think it's called.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's they're black. They're the little black ones, and those ones are like, I don't know, $1,600, which is a lot of money, but they're made to like, they're built to kind of last.
Yep.
In like a medium spec sort of way. So if you're buying like a consumer laptop, it's going to be dick balls unless you're spending a lot of money.
That's fair. That's where I feel like MacBooks, like, as much as I've shat on them over the years, like, I do have to come to appreciate that a $1,500 MacBook is kind of a lot better than a $1,500, like, HP laptop. And, like, 85% of areas. Like,
in some cases, yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
I guess there's, like, a reason, but if you were going to be just browsing and, like, just hanging out, not playing games or running any serious applications, and you need a laptop that's going to last several years, because you don't want to buy it, just get, like, a MacBook Air or something, like an M1, or I think they're on, like, M3 now. Or
M3 and 4, yeah.
Just get one of those. It's going to be fine. Yeah. And it's going to last several years and it's going to sip battery, and it's going to, it's going to be durable.
Yeah. You can also do a lot more in terms of editing and production on them for that.
And it's surprisingly powerful for what it is. Yeah.
So I will say that's the main thing for me, is just like the editing, because that's all I would need a laptop for, is like you said, some browsing, a little bit of schoolwork, and then maybe some like side editing on it. And I have yet to find a laptop, like a regular Windows laptop, under $800 that can do that reasonably for any span of time. Because my laptop that I gave to my mom was $750. It was a Lenovo laptop, and it was good at those things for 3 months. And it was heavy as fuck. It was an 18-inch laptop. It weighs, I think, 8 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. It has so much I/O, an entire CD tray, it's like a terabyte hard drive, like a big fucking laptop. So get a MacBook Air that you can literally like pick up with your pinky, like Patrick, like pinky up, and it does all those things better.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And it's metal. My fucking Lenovo was plastic, and it weighed that much. Like
even this is plastic.
I see some potential aluminum on that trim though.
This is also plastic, but I think the cover's metal. Nope,
all plastic.
The newer ones are. The newer ones are metal. I can tell you that much.
Even my work laptop's metal. The fucking HP G7. That thing's pretty nice. Like for stuff. I've edited on that, and it's okay. It's not the best, but it's all right.
Yeah, if you want a serviceable computer and you don't want to buy something used, you could just get a Mac. God damn it! You just get a MacBook Pro or a MacBook Air rather.
But what else you been up to other than acquiring laptop workstations?
I've been experimenting with a little setup, because I understand here the Windows 11ing is inevitable, unfortunately. Windows 10 support ends October 2025.
Yeah, it was like a year.
So if I want to continue to have something Windows based, it's gonna have to be fucking Windows 11. which I knew Windows 11 was going to be shit ass from the start before it even existed because Windows nails every other version, right? Think about it. Think about it like this. XP, fantastic operating system. Vista, dog shit. 7, arguably the best Windows that has ever existed. 8, dog shit. 10, solid Windows. 11, dog shit.
We need 12 ASAP.
Yeah, like honestly, because 11 is abysmal.
It's fucking bloated. That's the biggest issue for me.
This
bloated.
laptop came with 11 on it. Like this is from a refurbisher, so it just dumps me to like an install screen. Windows 10, one of my biggest things is like you could finagle it in the right way to escape all the Microsoft app integration and shit, like make a local account. It has no ties to your actual Microsoft account, shit like that. You could finagle it, but on Windows 11, you cannot. Like, even setting it up, like, the trick for a while was if you were using Windows 10 Pro, you could set up, like, I'll set it up for an organization, and then say, a local account. And then it was a whole thing that you had to do. But now you can just choose a local account on a Windows 10 setup. So I tried to, like, do it the right way, set it up for home use. I'm like, okay, sign into your Microsoft account. Like, nah, fucking goddamn it. All right, set it up for business use. And the only options are, like, sign in with a Microsoft account or domain join. Fuck, man.
Yeah, that sucks.
Fuck? It's just so, like, it's so ridiculous. So I've been experimenting with a setup a little bit because I want to have a host machine that runs... I want to have a machine that runs Windows 11 because I need Windows to be working for a certain thing. For certain things, like, I need a box that can do Adobe apps and play some of the games that...
don't work well on Linux?
Yeah, that, like, won't go on Linux, which is not many. That's all I need it for. So I was experimenting with a setup. If I take my old computer, get Windows 11 on it, or my current computer now, this is my theory once I build a new one. I get my current computer, and it's going to have fucking Windows 11 on it. Do that, and I just have it running with like a... something like Parsec or like Moonlight on it so I can remote desktop into it and then use it that way. And then have my main computer be a Linux-based machine. I'm probably going to try to do that because I've toyed around with a lot of combined setups. Like dual booting's a pain in the ass because you got to restart the whole fucking thing. This seems to be the best solution because... even with running a second computer, I've done that before where I can hit a button on like a switcher and it switches everything over to the other computer. But if I'm already doing something on one computer, like, I'm running into a hurdle, bop, switch, and then I have to run everything again, I could just, from the jump, right off rip, I could open Parsec and remote into my other computer, say like, all right, I need to get this, and this done. And I've been using Parsec a little bit. I have my Dell Precision T7810. It is a 2011-3 based Intel Xeon system. So there's two 12-core Xeons in it, and I put my 1080 in there. And I was playing games on it. I was editing on it. Seems to work great. There's like the latency is barely noticeable.
Yeah.
It has some hiccups where like you see some like compression artifacts that happen, but that's like very, very rare. And only like when you first click into the window and then it goes away. Mm-hmm. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. And it's unfortunate that I have to do things like this.
Yeah, it's very convoluted for something that shouldn't be.
It's unfortunate that I just want to use my computer. And there was like, dipshits at Microsoft that are like, let's just fucking integrate spyware into the OS. Have you heard about the Microsoft recall thing?
I heard a little bit about it, but not a whole ton.
So, it's basically an AI tool that would be integrated into your operating system that will consistently log keystrokes and take screenshots of what you're doing. Consistently. You can turn it off for right now. It's like an opt-in at the moment, but it's in beta, so who fucking knows?
Yeah.
And just puts it all into a database so you can ask Microsoft Recall, oh, what was I doing at this moment? And it knows, which is convenient to some degree.
Right.
I agree. However, that's all information that's stored locally with encryption that is unfathomably easy to break.
Yeah.
So, if I was a bad actor, if I was, I don't know, a hacker, an evil little guy, I could use a pre-made tool, a tool that was made like 3 days after they announced this.
Because it's that easy to break.
Because it's that easy. I could use this pre-made tool, run it, get your file, boom. Now I have everything you've ever done on your computer. Everything. Passwords, passwords, sensitive data, banking information, you name it. The only thing that doesn't get screenshotted is like DRM windows.
Of course.
So there are certain applications like KeyPass does like, it runs as a DRM window specifically so it can't be screenshotted because it's a password manager. That makes sense. Good on them. But a lot of applications don't fucking do that. And if it's constantly logging keystrokes, it doesn't really matter.
That's what I was going to say is, yeah, you can look for passwords in the keystrokes.
All this is to say, Windows just keeps getting fucking worse, dude.
I just want to know why there's not another one out there. Like another OS that's trying. Like you have Linux and you have all the distros of Linux, but there's not like another on CD, fully fledged, like automatic driver, like basically baby mode OS.
Yeah, you would have to you would at the very least have to get some Linux distro, which there are a lot that are abstracting away the Linuxy parts of it, which some people have issue with. I take zero issue with, because if it gets more people to use the fucking thing,
then it's a net positive.
Yeah. Like not every distribution has to be fucking Gentoo, you know? I just want a computer that functions.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to fuck around for 36 hours
to check my email.
To compile a web browser from source and then build it and then log everything in and check my email. I don't want to have to do all that. I want to have at the very least, I'm not someone who wants I don't need a GUI based package manager or anything. Some people want that. I don't really care. I can set everything up in the terminal, and there's nothing stopping you from setting everything up in the terminal. Go for it. I can do that. Jordan may want something where he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I just want to get shit done.
So Pop OS really abstracts a lot of that. Linux Mint, which I'm running on here, abstracts a lot of that to a lesser degree. You need to know a little bit more stuff. Manjaro kind of abstracts it a little bit too. So if you just do the research, there are competitors, but still. I understand what you're saying. There's no plug and play. Yeah. I bought this at a store.
On disk, or on drive. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, every time you say Manjaro in reference to the Linux distro, I think of Mounjaro, the weight loss medication, and all the shit that happened with that. Because I had to write an essay on that about 2 semesters ago. So
is it the one that would cook you?
I believe so. It burned off fat. The thing I wrote about was more about how it encourages bad body health, because I forget what the fuck it was, because that was one of my last essays. I was like, just get this out the door. But it was it has a lot of psychological side effects. As well as kind of fucking with your appetite. I mean, as you'd expect, but not in a very good way.
So I read an article about diet pills in the 1950s. which was like marketed specifically towards housewives.
Of course.
And it was just meth, basically.
Yeah, just
like, it was
hyperactive.
just amphetamines.
Yeah.
So these women were encouraged to take amphetamines and drink wine all day. So there were just these housewives just hopped the fuck up, getting everything under the sun done. Like, the husband gets home and she's like taking apart a clock, or she's like trying to figure out how the fucking TV works or something.
Yeah.
Or digging holes. God only knows what.
Going to the moon. That's why we got to the moon, man.
But that shit is crazy. Anyway, I digress. Back to what I was saying. I understand there's no plug and play. Like, Linux to some degree is getting there, but it's not quite there yet. I still have to... There's still certain things I have to just... Or it's 100 times easier to just pop into a terminal and do. And not everyone wants to do that because it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary to an average user.
It's also fucking gibberish to an average user, too, a lot of times.
Yeah.
It doesn't exactly always tell you in plain English, like, this is what I want.
Yeah, like, no one realistically is going to understand, like, oh, if I wanted to install Audacity on my Arch-based distribution, I would have to type sudo pacman-sy, capital S-Y, excuse me, Audacity. That's intuitive. No, it fucking isn't. You have to understand, like, okay, well, I know my package manager is called Pacman, or on Mint, it's called apt. Okay, sudo. Okay, now I have to understand what sudo does. Sudo brings me to super user privileges. Great, now I'm an admin. Sudo apt install. Now I understand that part. That part's easy. But on Arch, it's a bit weird. It's sync. Why? I don't fucking know.
Yeah. That's the problem, too, the deviation between them.
So
it's like just enough that if an average user did get, set up in Mint and understand Mint, they can't also necessarily just hop over to another version of it.
It's easier to hop between them, but yeah, it's not like you're not gonna know right off rip.
It's not like just hitting an install button.
Yeah,
like on Windows. So that's kind of the problem. But so maybe someday.
Who knows? Maybe they really get it down in the next.
Maybe Gabe will do it. Gabe Newell. Maybe he'll make like a true Steam OS, and it will be basically a fully fledged OS with Steam just on it.
Maybe.
I mean, Steam OS is already kind of a fully fledged thing with Steam already on it, but like maybe a little more user friendly.
Who knows?
So
maybe he'll do it. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a pain in the ass. Moving on from all that, though, been doing a little. Done did a little fishing. How's that been going? You finally catch a fish or no?
I did.
Caught a couple of them. So this is why I'm pissed off, right? About all this nice shit, all this cool shit, lures, all kinds of lures, different baits to use, like plastic baits and things, and all this fancy shit. Didn't catch a goddamn thing.
I mean, guess you put a fucking
Throw a little worm out there, catching fish left and right. I was so pissed off. I was standing. There was like this sort of popular fishing area I was at, like right in town, and I was sitting there, and I was alone like for a little bit, but then another family like pulled up, and was like maybe 10 feet away from me. So I'm sitting there with all this fancy gear, like casting out, trying to reel in, get a little fish. Oh, maybe a little nibble there. Uh-oh, maybe a little nibble. No nibbles were had. And there's a little girl with this family, and she's just fishing fucking circles around me, bro. I was so mad. She'd throw a little worm in the water. Bam, fish. Bam, fish. Fish. And they were leaving. I guess they were on like some kind of time constraint. I don't know. But they were leaving, and they were like, hey, we still got a bunch of worms. Do you want these? Like, I guess, yeah. And I was bullshitting with like the guy that was there. I guess the dad or the older brother or whatever. I was bullshitting with him. I'm like, I'm throwing all this stuff out, and it's just I'm not catching anything. They're like worms, man.
No.
Fuck. Throw a little worm in the water, catching fish like mad. Yeah. I was mad. I was so mad. But I'm only catching bluegill. I want to catch like a a fat ass bass or something.
Yeah.
Or like a trout.
Gotta probably look up on like a Facebook group nearby, like what the bass spots are.
I got a pretty packed day today because I'm probably gonna hit Bass Pro Shops. I want to get a new rod and reel setup because there's nothing wrong with the rod. The reel sucks dick that I have on there. There's like a weird chunk in it. So like if I throw something that's not heavy enough, it will just and just hold my line.
Yeah.
But the line goes, like I can pull it out, it's fine. So I don't know what the deal is. And I'm not going to pull it apart to fix it. I'll be honest. It's old. I'll just get a new reel.
Yeah. Not at that stage yet. Worry about the catching fish part.
Exactly.
Then get to that stage.
So I'm probably going to get a new rod and reel set up. I might, because I've been looking at some reels, and there's some like mid-priced ones. I might just get 2, and then like put one of them on the rod I have, and one on a new rod.
So you have 2. Yeah.
So I have 2 rods. That's what they call me. They call me 2 rods. I'll be dual wielding fish, pulling in bass left and right. If I can catch something, you catch a little fish.
You're those fucking guys that put the rod stands and have like 10 rods and just line them all up and just sit there like,
oh, I see the line moving. Oh, the line's moving. Oh, I caught a bluegill.
Yeah.
Yippee!
Those fucking people, man. They ruin fishing for me sometimes.
Too many sweats.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, bro, this ain't a competition, you fucking pussy. Like, I'll throw your ass in the water.
I'll fucking use you as bait, you stupid bitch.
Yeah.
But I'm just mad, man. But I'm gonna go Bass Pro. I got a new spot picked out. I was on Maps yesterday. I was looking stuff up. I was like, there's this particular spot. And I scoped out the scene. It looks immaculate.
Yeah.
Immaculate. Right against a giant freshwater lake. Like, great. I'm going to throw my line in the water. I'm going to catch me a big-ass bass. I'm calling it today.
Today's bass day?
If not, tomorrow. Because I don't have too much time. Because I got to Bass Pro. That's a whole thing. I got to shop, do my thing. And I have a pit stop I have to make on my way. So that's another thing entirely. At a pit stop, go to Bass Pro, do my thing, come back, hit the spot. Then I got to fish, but I got to make it home before 6 because I get D&D at 6.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty packed agenda.
Pretty packed. And then probably tomorrow I'll get up early and head over to the same spot if I have any luck. And just start fishing that spot all day.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to get there. And I think it's a somewhat popular spot, so like I'm gonna get there early enough. Someone's gonna like pull up with their kids. I'm like, fuck your kids. I'm fishing. I'm catching a bass today, bitch. Push little Timmy in the water.
Yeah, little Timmy, we push him in the water. He comes out with a bass. Says, "Look what I found." He's like,
"Look what I found!" And I just hold his head under the water until he stops moving.
That's called drowning.
Nah, he'll be all right.
Just get a little air in the boy. He'll be good.
You just hang on. I'll get my bike pump out. Pump him up. He'll be fine.
Inflate his ass. Yeah.
So I'm trying to catch just trying to catch something that's not a bluegill. I'll be honest. That's all I'm looking for. I understand catching a bluegill is like it's a confidence boost to know that I'm not broken. I can catch a fish. Mm-hmm. But I want to catch something a little different.
Yeah. Keep it interesting.
So that's kind of what I've been doing. I'm preparing. I'm doing the deep research. I'm sitting on the bank reading The Art of War, going crazy, reading some Sun Tzu. Like, oh, he who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will surely be victorious. Bars.
Bars.
He knows what he was talking about.
I suppose so.
There's like an art to this war.
Yeah.
That's actually another of my favorite Sun Tzu quotes from The Art of War. So that's it, huh? We're just supposed to be some kind of art of war?
There you
go. We're doing that, playing D&D. We finally, in only 3 or 4 short sessions, finished our one-shot campaign.
It's not bad. We still haven't finished our one-shot in 9 sessions, so.
As we had
not being a one-shot.
The whole thing was we were contracted by the local Adventurers Guild to find missing people. So we show up to a tavern looking for advice. The owner of the tavern is like, hey, I can give you advice, but not for free. If you fight in these 3 challenges, I will give you some information, but you have to entertain us first, basically. So I'm like, great. So we did 1 fight, 2 fight, 3 fight. The whole thing was we did the 3 fights, said like, all right, we're good. And then he gives you like a letter, and that's the end of the campaign. That's where like, here's their information. And we got into so much chicanery in the middle. There was like another fight we had to do because there was some guy in the tavern that was like, oh, my cart is fucking broken. Please help. And he led us into a trap. So we had to fight him. But my character is an absolute dog. So shit ain't nothing to me. We were at the end of each session, at the end of each fight, we would level up. So by the last session, I was level 3, and I had 38 health, and could pretty consistently do like somewhat decent damage. One of our other friends is playing like just he's maxing like an unarmed like build. It's
like a monk warrior thing.
It's like a homebrew class that he's playing.
Yeah.
But he was in the middle of one of our other friends casted like hold person on one of the enemies. And our friend with the unarmed build it was advantage and like double damage. So he did 6 d8s of damage.
That's funny.
To this one guy. So in one strike he did 32 damage, and the other one he did 42.
Jesus Christ.
killing both of these guys instantly.
There you go.
Which is fucking great. Because, so we just got One Punch Man on our team.
Yeah. Do you guys flavor your kills at all, like dialogue-wise, or no? Is it just like, he's dead?
Yeah, it depends on what the DM gives us. If we get like in that instance I was just talking about, the DM was like, yeah, you wind up, you hit him with the why I oughta, and you punch a hole straight through his chest.
Yeah.
And there was one, like, I cut, like, one of the thieves from that same interaction, like, I cut his head off. That was, like, the kill cam I was given. And in my next turn, there was, like, the boss thief. It was, like, this ogre, or, like, goblin guy. I don't know what it was. It was whatever it was we were fighting. I don't know. And I said, I want to yell to get his attention, and I want to pick up the thief's head and throw it at him.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, we flavor our own kills if we get the killing blow. So yesterday when we played, or last night, I should say, we fought these. We were on the road, and we came across 3 halflings in a tree that were trying to rob us. And we tried to be peaceful at first, and then they officially tried to rob us. So one of the halflings was on a branch, about like 9 feet in the air. My brother's character is a halfling that rides a mastiff, and he has a lance. So what he did is he ran, and he ended up getting the killing blow underneath the halfling with his lance. So he flavored it that he shoved it right up the guy's ass and pulled him down from the tree on the lance still, and then held him up for the other 2 to see. And then they started retreating. I believe my sister's character tried to run and jump and cleave the branch with her battle axe and missed. I shot one right in the face from down below. And then the last one retreated out of our reach into the trees. Like, he was kind of being sneaky. He was holding up twigs, hiding from us because we killed the other 2. So my nephew casted this Blimey Worm spell, or a cantrip, rather. I think it's a cantrip. No, it's a level 1 spell. We're also doing Pathfinder, not 5e like you guys are, but it's very similar. He did that spell, and what happened was he fucking critted it. So just these maggots burst out of this dude's skin and just covered the trees with viscera of a halfling. We usually do like the describe your own kill sort of thing if you get the killing blow or a crit.
Yeah, we are. I have a feeling there's not going to be many peaceful interactions. 2 of the 5 of our party members are chaotic evil. I'm just neutral. Just neutral in general. I was going to play chaotic neutral, but I was like, I don't need to inject any more chaos here.
Yeah.
I've developed in my head my own canon. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this makes sense for this character. And we have two chaotic evil people who are definitely going to be the the first to attack in many cases.
Yeah. Yeah, what's cool with Pathfinder is you have another set of scores that are will, reflex, and fortitude. So we use those a lot to roleplay because it kind of takes out the bias, because my character's a martial good and my brother's character is also a martial good, but one of those halflings actually, when we tried to be peaceful, their retaliation was they threw a fucking rock at him and they just kind of like dinked him off the head and did like, I think 3 points of damage or something. So to decide how the character reacted, did like a fortitude save or a will save. Did it break your composure basically, where you stop being the nice guy?
Right.
So we do that a lot when like we pull up to a town and someone talks shit. And the one time we didn't do that was when I just said fuck it and I shot the roof of that building and collapsed the entire structure. So it's usually good to let the dice decide.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. We used to do that in 5e as well, like you guys are playing, where we would do like intelligence saves for things like that. Like if it's a psychic thing, psychological thing, you could do like an intelligence save or something. But
the only similar thing was like, one of our party members, one of the chaotic evil party members, he kept kicking doors in, or attempting to at least. I'm playing as a dwarf, so I got used as a battering ram at least once, non-consensually. We later tried to kill this party member. In real life, no, I'm kidding. In the game, we woke him up in the middle of the night and tried to kill him. We ended up hashing it out. It's all good. I said, you gotta ask for consent before you use me as a battering ram again, okay? So he kept kicking doors, and the tavern owner is like a wizard, and I witnessed him vaporize a guy. So I was like, dude, you gotta stop kicking doors. He's gonna turn you into goo.
yeah.
And there was, like the next time he went to kick a door, he had to throw, I think an intelligence check. And if he passed it, it was like an overwhelming feeling of dread comes over you, and you decide to stifle your kick in midair because you're reminded of what the wizard will do.
That's pretty funny.
So
yeah.
like he put like a fucking curse on him, dude.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, we later decided this is getting to be a bit much. Woke him up in the middle of the night. I schemed with another party member privately, and we were like, we're gonna fucking kill this guy. We're gonna kill him. So
yeah,
we're the worst. We're the worst.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what our party's lore was before this incident, but like,
not friends, that's for sure.
Yeah, we would fight each other regularly. Yeah, we would get into fist fights regularly. I would headbutt people. Person. It was always one specific person. So, I'll say that.
Yeah. Makes sense. But yeah.
That's what I've been doing. I've been doing D&D, and tonight's our first like real session of the real campaign.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Same characters? Did you make new characters?
It's same characters, but we're back leveled. Like, we're back to level 1.
Yeah.
So
fresh start.
Yeah, I'm an absolute dog though, because I like was doing out the where we have our character sheets like online, and I was looking at, what am I gonna look like at level 4, and I go to 49 health.
Yeah.
Which, for comparison, like the next is like, when we were at level 3, I had 38, and like the next lowest after me was like mid-20s.
Yeah.
And then I think Alex, who's playing, God only knows what, I forget what his class is, but to start he had like 11 health or something.
Yeah, he's probably like a monk of some sort.
And after we he had 8 at first. And we leveled up. By the time he was level 3, he had like 17.
Yeah.
Bro, you're gonna get killed immediately.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Is he some sort of mage?
Yeah,
That's why he's a spellcaster. They're weak as fuck.
Yeah, he's some kind of bitch ass.
My last character I had when we did 5e was a blood hunter, and I want to say we got to level I think 7 on that campaign or 6, and I think I had like 80 something health, and my our other guy who's our DM now, he was a paladin, and he had I think 112 or something like that, or like 100 health. But he also had crazy AC. He had 21 AC because he had full plate mail and he had a shield that he could put up for an extra 1. So he had 20 AC naturally and then 21 with the shield. And it was really funny because during the final boss, we were fighting the vampire Strahd, who is considered a legendary creature. And when you're a legendary creature, I think it's 3. You get 3 legendary actions, which is basically cheat codes. So the way legendary creatures work is we were in his castle. So he can just choose not to take a roll. Like if he rolls a nat 1, he can use a legendary feat to just say no.
So he can just cheat.
Basically, yeah. And what happened was,
or is it like the same way as like you get if you do a feat, you can get an extra dice roll.
Yes, but he can just keep doing it. Like he can do it like
that's so fucking broken.
He can do it like 3 to 5 times in an encounter. So like
that's broken.
So another thing he can do is like he can just nullify some of your abilities. So like for example, if you cast a spell on him, he can use a legendary action to just say, "No, you didn't do that." And that's it. You just didn't do anything. You lost your turn.
Console commands.
So when we were fighting him, it was the funniest fucking thing. We were fighting him, and we had this strategy where we funneled him to like a staircase, and our paladin was in the front with a shield, and I was just picking him off with shots, and our mage was hitting him with shots or whatever. And then he walked up to the paladin, and in most cases, the whole point is to just kind of have the paladin there to like absorb damage while everyone's just ticking away. He just used a legendary action to just walk through the wall and go and walk right through to us. And then we had to retreat back through the doorway. And at one point, he just like walked up to the paladin and just like pushed him over and then walked right past him. Like it was fucking crazy. Bruh. It was an insane fight with what we ended up doing. But we had a good strategy. Our paladin, we had him cover in lube before the fight.
Oh, so he was wiggling around.
So it made him very hard to grapple, so he couldn't get restrained very well by him.
Oh, so would it be like a disadvantage roll when you would go to get grappled or something?
Yeah, disadvantage, or we also, for the ones that had fixed DCs, we would do like a -2 or whatever.
Huh.
So it was pretty interesting because like our paladin was just this lubed up dude with a shield.
Bro's oiled up.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was oil of slipperiness, but we flavored it as he has with them KY jelly. So
yeah, that's fucking crazy. Just straight up cheat codes.
But it was cool because the whole point of the campaign, you built up to find these artifacts that helped you in the fight. So, like, I forget what they all did, but I had the fucking best one easily. I had the sun sword. It was a sword imbued with the power of the sun, like radiant energy, which vampires are susceptible to.
Behold,
so I was
the
just fucking
unmatched power of the sun. Hit his ass with a solar flare.
Yeah, so I was just fucking him up with the sword. Our spellcasters were fucking up. And then we had, I think, a grimoire as well, which told us about his disadvantage to holy water and things like radiant energy. So like all of our weapons we had covered in holy water before we walked in, so we were able to make sure he doesn't heal, because the thing about vampires, dude, is they fucking heal like crazy in D&D. They just get hit and then they're just like, nah.
Well, it's a vampire, you know.
Yeah, it's like, nah, not gonna take that damage actually. So
it is what it is, man.
But yeah,
what the fuck was I just gonna say? God damn it!
Something
I just had it
stupid.
in my head.
Probably something really stupid.
Probably. Oh, armor class and shit. I don't have like a crazy high armor class, but it's like 13. But like Alex has the highest armor class. His is like 18 or something.
Yeah.
And but my favorite thing is in having people with higher armor classes is like when the DM gets mad. Like he went to roll like for he'll be like, does a 14 hit? And it'll be like, no. And I'll just go, fuck.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts of the game. Is the DM just gets mad about his
because he
own
probably
rolls.
had something trifling planned. Yeah.
Like that would be my weakness, is like, because I want, after we do this main campaign, I want to try to write my own homebrew campaign. That would be my thing, is like, Oh, I had a whole thing planned here.
Yeah.
And you just skipped it. Granted, I could just and put it elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's fine too. But also, like, I had this whole battle planned. You were gonna do a whole thing. It was gonna be great. Now we're not doing it because you skipped it.
Yeah. That's how D&D goes. Yeah, that's how D&D is. You never can predict what your players are going to do. Like, that guy that's our DM now, Dave, did not expect us to get back to the town. We, like, fought our asses off, like I mentioned with the interdimension travel. We fought our asses off in that space warfare to finally get back to this place. And then within 15 minutes, I blew up a cathedral. So...
You committed a
attack.
terrorist
He did not plan for that, and it has completely derailed what we're doing. Like, right now, we're in the neighboring town trying to blend in as guild members again, but we know that, like, inevitably word is going to get out that, like, hey, this band of adventurers showed up and fucking blew up this thing. So we're, like, trying to bide our time, and, like, it totally derailed it. We had a fucking car last session, right? Because we had to get to this town fast, so his whole thing is homebrew. So he had Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid fucking interdimensionally spawn, and we have an alchemist with us. So the alchemist was able to basically alchemically make gasoline for the car, and we fucking drove up to the city gates. It was so funny.
I cast 1998 Toyota Corolla cantrip. Boom.
Yeah. So we fucking drove up to this gate, and then now we're just blending in the town, doing quests and shit. So it's been interesting.
Yeah, we'll see where this one takes us, because I know this is gonna be a campaign that's like, all right, this shouldn't be too long, and it's gonna take us 2 years.
Probably that's how long ours took. So our first campaign took, I think, 8 months, and the second one took like 2 years or a year and a half.
It takes so long. We're gonna be 40 still playing the same campaign.
Probably.
We did 2 quests. We need to, like, speed up the pace here.
Yeah. You know what I did do, though, Chris? When I went on vacation, I had set some money aside for retro game stores. I had 2.
Okay.
That I wanted to go to. And then while we were there, those first 2 were kind of disappointing. They didn't have a lot of stock. Damn. It was kind of like, damn. And I found a lot more. So, I went to 10 retro game stores on my trip.
10?
10 of them. How many retro games do you think we bought combined?
0.
0 is your final answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll and say they were all shit.
I bought 53.
53? I was like, it's either going to be none or some absurd number. But in my mind, an absurd number was like 15.
About 53. And
53.
a PlayStation 1.
You got the bug, man. You got the bug. You're the same, dude. You're the same way I was in 2020 with server equipment.
Yeah, just hoarding server equipment.
I was like, I'll spend. I did the math one time, and I spent like $5 or $6 grand over the course of 2020 on server equipment and other shit on eBay.
Where the fuck is this photo? I want to show you the photo of the first night. This was the first store we went to. That was all the fucking... And I'll put it on screen.
That's crazy.
I wish I took a photo of the final count. So granted, I bought 23. Letsy bought DS games, and all of that accumulated to like 53. So she bought a shit ton of DS games. I only bought like 23 to 25. I didn't end up doing a final count of PS3 games and PS2 games. And then the PS1, I bought it for $60. I was like, that ain't bad. It was a really good deal for it. Unfortunately, the controller, only the start button doesn't work. But good news, that adapter I have for PS2, I can just use the PS5 controller on the PS1. So
there you go.
And then I bought another adapter on Amazon for the PS3 to use a PS5 controller. Because, dude, I bought aftermarket PS3 controllers, like regular looking ones that are just aftermarket. My old ass, tendonitis ass wrist cannot hold a PS3 controller for longer than like 20 minutes. I can't play keyboard and mouse anymore because my hand immediately starts radiating pain. And I can't hold a PS3 controller. The only controller I can hold is PS5.
That's crazy.
I'm like, oh, so I have to just use PS5 with fucking everything.
What I will say about PS3 controllers, they were I feel like they were too small for my hands.
They were. They're too small for mine now.
They were little. So I was always like, I had like little grips like this, and I was like.
Well, like the PS5 controller is nice because you kind of hold it like you're like almost holding a steering wheel. Like it's the thickness of a steering wheel. You kind of got that cupped feeling. The PS3 got more of like a curl, like one of these.
Yeah.
And that's what fucking triggers like that tendon to just kill. So I started having to like literally hold it like this, like pinky up, pinky up. I'm like, this is terrible. So PS5 it is.
PS5 controller is a pretty good controller, I will say.
But I'm playing through Resistance, the Resistance series. See what I'm doing?
How many ohms?
Like 2-3 ohms.
That's not a lot of resistance.
No, not at all. I like to put this out there because it's a big thing to be like, I'm collecting games, and then you just like buy them and shelve them or resell them or whatever. I'm buying a lot of games that I played as a kid that I want to preserve, but I'm also buying a lot more games that I want to play. So like part of those 23 games, I bought the entire Red Faction series and the entire Resistance series for PS3 and PS2. So I played through Resistance 1. And now I'm playing the PSP version. And then after that, I play 2 and then 3. And then I play the PS Vita game. So I'm playing through these things. The only games I bought that I haven't like actually played, or probably won't play, is like LA Noire, Max Payne 3. Like I bought Max Payne 2 and 3 just to finish my collection of Max Payne.
And you already played them.
And I played them. I will say,
dude, Red Faction Guerrilla was the shit.
That's what I'm excited for.
That game was fucking awesome.
That's what I'm excited for. I have 1, 2 Guerrilla, and Armageddon. I think there might be one more I'm missing, but I don't remember.
Like, I played this shit out of Red Faction Guerrilla because, like, it was this was before every single game was open world. So it was open world, and everything was destructible. It was awesome.
And, like, to a realistic degree, quotations, but realistic degree.
I would end up, I just unlocked the sticky bombs or the mines or whatever. I'm going to go to whatever structure I see and turn it into dust because I can.
Yeah.
And then whatever I can't blow up, I'm going to go and hit with a hammer until it breaks.
Yep.
I never played the story of that game because I was just too focused on breaking stuff.
On breaking everything, yeah.
I might go back and play that. That game was fun as fuck.
You know what I did buy, Chris? I had to buy this. You ever play Minecraft Story Mode, the Telltale game?
I have not, but I've seen like the full story.
So it's really good. Like I actually like it. It's a fun time, but it's obviously delisted like most other licensed games. So I found it at the local game store over here for like $50. I was like, fuck, dude. I found that shit for $6 in Virginia.
There you go.
So I bought it. I was like, I'm not going to pass that. But I just got to find Season 2 now. And you know what else I bought, Chris?
They made a Season 2?
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, it's Minecraft Story Mode Season 2. That's all it was called. It was pretty good. It was actually pretty good. Sad, too. It had like a sad ending. But I couldn't pass this up. $3. $3. I got a mint condition Japanese import Assassin's Creed Revelations.
That's pretty cool.
Different bots are. Everything's in Japanese. CDs in Japanese. The manuals, everything. Mint condition. I looked at it. I was like, oh, that's sick. And it's funny. It's funny because the words on the front say Assassin's Creed Revelations, and then it has it in Japanese under it. The spine doesn't. It's just all in Japanese. So I saw this thing that was basically, to me, a bunch of fucking hyphens. And I was like, what is that? I thought it was maybe like, I don't know, one of those older Japanese games like Onimusha.
Hieroglyphics on there.
Yeah, I thought it was like Onimusha or something. I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to look at it. And then something like provoked me to be like, what is this? And I grabbed it and I was like, no fucking way. And then I was like, oh, it's probably like $100. Like, why would they just have this? It was $3. I was like, bro, sign me up. So I bought it. So I got that. I got a lot of cool shit, like from the retro stuff that I'm playing.
You should buy them all in every language.
That would be kind of funny.
Get one with like the Cyrillic alphabet, like, oh, this is the Russian version. This is the Chinese version.
Yeah, that would be kind of funny actually. To just start collecting like international versions of games. But yeah, I ended up getting some cool shit. I got Skate 3 on disc. I've been playing that. That's fun.
Skate 3 was fun as hell.
That's real fun. So
I have zero interest in skating. Skate 3, fun as hell.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I got Skate 3. I ended up buying this on eBay, but I got Lord of the Rings Conquest, like fucking the best Lord of the Rings game ever made. Fucking love that game. And then yeah, I got Red Faction on my desk. I got Manhunt. I'm still trying to get Manhunt 2 and Bully. Bully is obviously just for collecting, like an official.
I had a copy already.
I got the international one. I got Canis Canem Edit. I don't have Bully.
So you need the actual.
I need the U.S.
You need the real one where we're not scared to say the word bully here.
Yeah. True that.
That shit is so stupid.
It's cool though. I like it as like a little piece of gaming history lore.
It's interesting from that perspective, but like they're like, well, if we change the name from bully to some other stupid shit, it's gonna not encourage bullying.
But we're still gonna bully in the game.
We're still gonna remain like the content is gonna remain the same. Where you're a piece of shit bully.
Actually, Chris, I would like to introduce you to a deep dive of bully in which, thematically, you are not the piece of shit. You're just misunderstood. And it's actually a coming-of-age story about this kid who's got trouble, but he starts looking out for others and realizes that he's not the center of the world. And he actually saves the school in the end of the game. So, to just resort him down to the level of a bully, I think is doing him a disservice, actually.
I think you should be hanged. We're going to put you on the gallows.
Oh, man. But
send this man to the gallows. I'll pull the lever myself.
I'm like, he's still not a bully.
So, dude, you don't get it. You're just a misunderstood.
Trying to think if there's anything else like notable that I got. I got Army of Two. I broke my rule for that, though. And Mirror's Edge. I broke my rule for both of those.
What is the rule?
No manuals. I just had to get them while I was there. I was like,
damn.
They were cheap enough. They were games that I genuinely just wanted to play, but I don't think are nice for like a collection per se. So I was just like, whatever.
In my mind, a game like Mirror's Edge or Army of Two is like too recent to be collectible. But like that being said, those games are like 15 years old.
Probably more than that now, right? I think Mirror's Edge was 2007. Army of Two was around the same time.
I feel like Mirror's Edge was like early 360. So yeah, you might be right.
Let me see. Mirror's Edge release date. 2008.
2008.
And Army of Two release date. 2008. Anyway, I'm kind of fucking best. I'm fucking goated. I'm fucking, call me retro raggy over here, dude. Like, I'm fucking incredible. Anyway, I don't know where this picked up, but basically, yeah, I bought a bunch of cool retro shit. Hopefully, it heard the Assassin's Creed part. I think that came before Bully, so we should be fine.
Yeah. Basically,
cool.
yeah, our mixer keeps shitting its ass out.
This brand new mixer that's been used for nothing outside of this room. Never even taken into the wild like it's advertised as being able to do. So.
Yeah, no, it turns out like if you put batteries in it, it dies a horrific death.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It could very well be us. Like it could be like we were saying in the manual. It could be like, do not use batteries at the same time as plugged in. But like
probably.
Like maybe I don't know. Maybe make that slightly more apparent. Maybe put a sticker on the battery door, like do not insert batteries
like that,
if running via USB.
Make it idiot proof because idiots are gonna buy it. Idiots like us.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanna if you're
yeah, that's pretty much it about cool stuff. I might bring some of it with us on our trip. I don't know if we ever said where we're going. Not for the video, but the one in the later summer.
Oh.
But I won't say it here just in case we didn't. Yeah. We said not to. But where we're going, I might actually bring it. I was talking to Bud Light Boy. Maybe we'll do some co-op stuff.
That might be cool.
So he might be bringing stuff too.
Army of Two. Me and you.
I think we're two.
Anyway, just shifting really quick.
Sorry, I dumped the clutch, my bad.
Put in fourth gear right now. We're cruising a little bit, right? So, it's TV shows. So, there's been some new releases.
Have heard that.
Smiling Friends Season 2 has been going on for a few weeks now. Fucking funny show.
Where's that?
What?
Where is that? Prime? Or?
It's on HBO Max. Or, no, it's just Max now. Excuse me. Stupid
Who's
fucking
Max?
name. That's what I'm saying. Funny show. I don't think it's as good as season 1, but it's still really funny. The first episode they released was I forget what the actual episode name was, but it's the one where they have to help Gwimbly, and Gwimbly is like an old video game character. It's a really funny episode because he's like this 3D model, like this shitty like PS2 era 3D model, or maybe PS1 era 3D model, in an entirely 2D animated world.
That's kind of sick.
And he has the same like, the same kind of compression on his voice that games of that era would have on their sound. It's really funny. Great episode. There's been some bangers throughout the season. I recommend it. It's short. Like, you can watch season 1 and up to the most recent episode of season 2 in like an hour and a half. They're all 11-minute episodes.
Oh, that's awesome. It's like a fucking SpongeBob episode. That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like it would excel to a 11 out of 10 show if they were given 22 minutes though.
Yeah.
Because like they can tell a proper B story.
Yeah.
That being said, awesome show. Recommend it. The Boys season 4 started.
I heard about that.
Watched episode 1 so far.
I couldn't get into that show for some reason.
It
seemed a little bit too run on. I made it to like episode 4 of season 1. It just seemed like it's a little bit dragged out.
That show has the opposite problem where it's like if they constrain their episodes to like a standard TV hour, like a standard like 44-minute, I feel like the episode would be a lot better.
Yeah, I agree.
Would be a lot better because they're all over an hour.
So just a little bit too much.
It's all like I'll be like, oh, is the episode over? Oh no, there's like another 15 minutes left.
How much longer can I look at Homelander's man cake, man?
Yeah, I think maybe the episodes could be shorter. I'm not saying it's an 11 out of 10 show, 10 out of 10 show. It's a good show. I think it's fun.
Mm-hmm. I think it's an interesting spin on superheroes.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I liked the most when I watched. It was like A-Train. That was the big thing that happened when I watched was A-Train fucking cremating that girl in the first episode.
Yeah.
Like that whole plot setup, like that's an interesting concept, you know?
Yeah, like because
that would happen.
Yeah, that shit would happen. Bringing the realism to superheroes is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Or a power trip that like Homelander goes on.
I swear though, a show like that cannot. I feel like if they don't end the show this season, it's gonna get real bad.
I think they said 5. Season 5 is the last season, I think.
I don't know if it warrants a season 5. I haven't seen all of season 4 because it's not all out yet. The first 3 episodes are out, but I've only seen episode 1. I'm like, we're winding down here. Mm-hmm. Like, we're
in our senior years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do the thing, rip Homelander's nuts off or whatever. Call it a day. Button it up. We're good here.
Brief spoiler thing for those who actually care. I don't care. So if you care about boys, skip a little ahead. Are they actually trying to kill him? Is that I've seen like memes about that? Is that the plot? Is that the way it went? They're trying to kill him.
Like they're trying to get rid of him. They're trying to figure out the way to get rid of him.
Yeah, trying to figure out his kryptonite basically. It's gonna be like a turbo function dildo. It's gonna be his kryptonite.
Which they had a fantastic setup for last season and just didn't pay off really. So
that sucks.
Like last season, again, spoilers. Last season, they freed like the first superhero. It's a guy named Soldier Boy, and he could shoot like a beam that would remove superpowers.
Huh.
So that was such a fantastic setup. Boom, remove his superpowers, shoot him in the head. He's done.
Yeah.
It's over. I just think that would have been a nice little show. Button it up right there.
Yeah.
Call it
Suck
a day.
the powers off him and then shoot him with a 12 gauge.
Suck him off. Blow him out.
Yeah.
Call it a show. I don't think it needs a 5th season.
Suck him off till his brains blow out.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens over the course of season 4. But
yeah,
I don't have like super high hopes, and it's not more than like nothing more than like fun anyway. And I feel like as the show goes on, it gets more and more ham-fisted in the message it's trying to send, which is fine, I guess. It's fine entirely to send a message or weave in some kind of societal message in media. That's what media is for, art in general.
Yeah.
But like the way it's done is very, very ham-fisted in a way that like kind of goes beyond satire. In
it just goes like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this.
Like, guess what? This is the message we're trying to send. Look at this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, great.
Look how bad leadership is.
You could have just been a little more subtle.
Yeah.
It does the thing where it definitely assumes its audience is really stupid. So.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's really wacky.
You been watching anything else? Or those are the two.
Those are the two, man. I've been watching that because I finished.
You ever finish Invincible?
I finished season 2 of
I
Invincible.
still gotta start it. I never
It's
have.
really good.
Is it? Does it pay off?
The season, I think the finale isn't as good as the season 1 finale.
Because that was fucking buck wild.
That was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But
That was like one of the best finales I've ever seen.
overall, the season is really good.
As like a whole package. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really gotta start it. How long is it? Is it 40-minute episodes?
It's like 8 1-hour episodes.
See, it's fucking get us to 40 minutes, man. I don't know why. Maybe it's subliminal, but or subconscious. I mean, but 40 minutes over an hour any day of the week. I just don't like to sit there and look at things. Like video games have always been my vice, like interacting with a thing, not just going. Like the only reason I could get through the Fallout show was because Lexi was really into it too. And she's not into Invincible, so it's hard for me to warn.
I was into it because I was just staring at Walter Goggins the whole time, just like, man.
Yeah, of course.
I want a piece of, I want to fuck his nose hole, dude. I want a piece of that, man.
I'm gonna explore them sinuses real good. Let me up in that bitch, like that sinus balloon they use for sinus infections. It's gonna be my flaccid cock that then expands and stretches his sinuses.
I was really looking at Walter Goggins the whole time. It's like, damn, man.
Bro's caked up.
I can stand television shows, but I feel like there are a lot of them that are an hour that don't need to be an hour. I don't think Invincible is one of those, the 1 hour format doesn't drag really, but on something like The Boys, it definitely fucking drags.
I think for me, it just comes from as a kid, all the shows that wasn't a thing. Our shows,
exactly.
Those were movies.
Yeah, that was you're spilling into movie territory.
Yeah. And now, as an adult, I'm just the grumpy old guy who's like, "Why are these TV shows so long? Don't they know I have a life?" Longer. Yeah,
I don't understand.
I remember being like, "Oh my god." The Godfather's fucking 3 hours. Now it's it's season finale of fucking bumfuck East West Coast, and it's 2.5 hours.
Every movie's 3 hours long now, bro.
Yeah.
I remember distinctly when we were watching the movies for that project we never finished. Just popping in like a old family movie.
That shit was quick.
In and out in less than 90 minutes, 88 minutes total. In and out. Plot there, done. That was great. Told a nice little story.
A couple of ha-has.
A couple of ha-ha, hee-hee, ho-ho jokes. Great. Done. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm a little kid. I don't want to pay attention to all this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there isn't a space for really long movies. There's definitely a space.
There's a space and a time, yeah.
For Oppenheimer. But not every movie is Oppenheimer. The more recent Batman movie. That shit was 3 hours long. I was like, this could have been 2 movies, I think. Arguably, it should have been 2 movies.
Yeah, I think, that was a little long. I think it was paced well enough that I kind of enjoyed it in the moment, but it could have been cut.
You can't just put an area of the movie where it would realistically end and then be like, uh-oh, we're only halfway through now.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
How about that?
So
I'm not watching it.
But yeah, that's all I got.
But yeah, I think I'm done. I'm done with my boomer rant.
Yeah.
I gotta go do my boomer hobbies.
Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta get my fucking pig's nails cut, dude.
Oh, the guinea pig is he's got long ass nails.
Yeah, he's got them curly boys now. I gotta get his nails cut. That's where we're going after this.
Damn.
And then I gotta edit this, which is rather unfortunate that I have to hear of myself. I suck. I'm boring. Yeah. And then, I don't know. I know tomorrow I might try to squeak in time to go see if Bully and Manhunt 2 are still in stock at that other game store near us, because when I was on my trip, I saw them post on Instagram and they were in the photo.
I see.
I messaged them. I was like, can you please hold this?
You were looking at the pixels in the back.
Dude, I had an Instagram thing just now. I thought that was them messaging me. So, no, unfortunately, it wasn't. I was like, does it have the manual? Can you hold it, please? I'll kiss you.
Hold it, please.
And they haven't replied, so I don't think they do that, but that's okay.
They're like, no, we cannot.
Yeah. But, anyway.
Yeah. That's it, man.
As always, find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify Podcasts, and the RSS feed, as well as YouTube and Spotify video platforms. You can contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send us your comments, questions, concerns, death threats, most important, and Little Kitty, Bit City, shit. Photo mode. Stuff.
Yes.
Cat's toe beans, bro. Give me some beans.
Show us the beans.
And Instagram and TikTok. Okay, bye.
I'll post my own beans on there.
Bro. Bet.
Baked beans.
Bet.
I'm going to cook the cat and post him.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.